I'm Sloane. I'm 15 years old, and I know the NBA. Today's guest really needs no introduction. He's one of the most famous faces in the NBA, a multiple-time All-Star, respected by everyone in the league, and now a member of my Golden State Warriors. Today, we are talking to the point guard, Chris Paul. Okay, Chris, so we're sitting here at UCLA for your Club 61. Can you let us know a little bit about what that really is?
Yeah, Club 61 is a leadership program that I started, and the name 61 comes from my late grandfather. And it's been really cool. I try to bring a group of kids from every city that I've played in, which is a lot now, over my NBA career, and I bring a number of kids here to LA, and over the course of 3 days, we do all different types of things, community service. We talk, like at night, we have real conversations about life and just allow them to express themselves. We do financial literacy, taking them to LACMA, just doing things and trying to give them a head start on different things that they may need.
I'm sure that is life-changing, because I know this podcast for me is too. So anything with you, life-changing. So I like to start off, I'm 15 years old. And sort of the thing about Sloane knows is that I have a different perspective, right? I'm a 15-year-old girl, which is not probably the normal person that's usually interviewing you, I'm guessing.
No, I mean, I got a 14-year-old son and a 10-year-old
I'm sure he's
girl.
there interviewing you most of the time.
Exactly.
But so I want to know about you when you were 14. What was your personality like?
Man, 14, so that would have been going in my freshman year in high school. Man, I just came off being a class president in 8th grade, but then going into 9th grade, everybody knew me in school as CJ's little brother. I got an older brother, so I was starting high school trying to find myself and trying to find myself as a basketball player. I played JV basketball for 2 years as a freshman and sophomore, so I was just trying to figure out myself.
Mm-hmm. And then at 15 years old, what were you like as a basketball player? Like you said, you were on JV. I read somewhere that you were 5'8". Is that true?
Probably on a good day. I don't
With
know.
shoes on?
Yeah, exactly. It's funny. I was short. I always say I was vertically challenged my whole life. And so I just sort of had to try to figure it out. I played football too.
Yes.
Right. So that's where a lot of the physicality came from. But I don't know. I was a after school counselor at a YMCA. I was working. I had a job. And so, I don't know, just hanging out with my friends, playing at the YMCA and trying not to get in trouble.
So then what was it like that moment where you realized like you were going to be a generational talent?
Well, thank you first
You're
and
welcome.
foremost.
Yes, that was the compliment and the question.
Right. I don't know. I was telling the kids today, I was talking to them, I was hoping as a kid that I could play in the NBA and the NFL. Right?
Wow. Okay.
I used to dream. It wasn't until I got
a little
older.
bit like Bo Jackson, right?
See, look at you.
And that's why this is called Sloane Knows, like the commercial Bo Knows.
Bo Knows.
See?
Did not know that. Did not know that.
Yes.
But that's dope.
You learn something new every day.
Exactly. And what's crazy about it is, as a kid, I didn't pay attention to the fact that football and basketball were like the same time.
Yes.
And I'm so glad nobody ever burst that bubble for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just allowed me to have that dream and thinking that I could do both. But that was my goal, to play in the NBA and the NFL.
Okay, I feel like we need to see you out there in the NFL. Like, is there
I'm cool.
I wish there was like a celebrity game. I want to see you out there.
I'm cool. No, I play quarterback. Give me the red shirt so they can't touch me.
Who is your like NFL player comparison, do you think?
My player comparison, I don't know. I was a huge Emmitt Smith. I used to love Deion Sanders, right? Because when I played football, I played both sides, right? I played quarterback, I played running back, I played cornerback, I played all of that. So, but I still love football to this day.
I love that. So then, as a basketball player, though, which NBA player did you sort of emulate your game on when you were 15?
When I was 15, I don't know if I emulated, but the person, it's funny, at that age, I watched so much basketball, but I was the biggest Michael Jordan fan you could find, but obviously I couldn't play like MJ, even though you try. But Allen Iverson, AI, that was my guy. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, I had braids at one point too.
I was gonna say.
Once upon a time, I had braids, man. I used to wear a sleeve. Any and everything Allen Iverson was doing was what I wanted to do.
And so pre the New Orleans era, were you a Hornets fan, or what was that like growing up in North Carolina?
Yeah, I like the Hornets, but I was just Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Anything Michael Jordan, I'm born and raised in North Carolina. He's from North Carolina. Whatever Michael Jordan was doing was who I was with.
So there was no, when you were drafted to New Orleans, there was no connection there. Like, oh, this team used to be in North Carolina. Like, you didn't feel that way?
Now, it was a connection. It was a connection because Charlotte is an hour away from where I grew up.
Yeah.
Right? So I didn't really get to go to games like that. First of all, we couldn't afford it. But one of the memories that I do have, so Muggsy Bogues played at Wake Forest also.
Yes.
And I was a huge Muggsy fan. And when
Short
I got
Kings.
Look at that, yeah. He'd a goat. He'd a goat when it come to that. And Muggsy, when I committed to go to Wake, actually took me under his wing. You know what I mean? Like, and just, I remember he let me come speak at his camp. I used to go kick it at his house. And then one of my fondest memories too of Charlotte Hornets was Master P was on their preseason team. And I got to go to a game to see Master P playing for the Charlotte Hornets.
That's so cool. And, you know, at West Forsyth High School, you know, I know that. And just at AAU, did you ever have any run-ins with any other NBA players?
AAU, a lot of them. So I played AAU my whole life, 11 and under all the way to 17 and under. Didn't win the championship until 17s. My last year playing AAU, we won the championship. But me and Bron had known each other probably since we was like 14. So we were 14. His team, All Ohio Shooting Stars, they finished second and we finished third.
Okay.
Right? Because this one team out of California, the 40 Stars, used to win it every year.
That's where it's at, California.
Yeah, all right, whatever. They won it 11s, 12s, 13s, 14s. But then too, when I was 16, I played against Andre.
Did they have any NBA players, the California team?
I don't think so.
It's funny to look back at that because it probably mattered to you so much. And then like you and Bron are here now, and where are they? It
definitely mattered. They used to have a dude named Shane Harrison who went to Mater Dei. They had a point guard, I think, named Trevante Nelson. It's crazy. I remember that because they were just so good. They were so good at that age. But I played against Shannon Brown. I played against Andre Iguodala. Me and Drake played against each other. He used to play for the Illinois Warriors. I was on a 16 and under team, and he was on a 17 and under team.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's ironic. Warriors.
Yeah, so, I mean, you just know each other for so long because you playing on all these circuits.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of that, like I know little Chris, your son, 14, I'm 15, you know, probably is playing AAU now. What differences do you see sort of in the state of your youth basketball careers? Like, what is the difference between AAU then and AAU now, or social media then? Obviously, you probably didn't have that aspect of your basketball career.
It's a lot different. My son plays out here with Russ's AAU team with Why Not? And I have an AAU program that's on the East Coast in North Carolina. And so...
Which has had incredible alumni.
Man, we blessed and fortunate. My parents, everybody, we've been doing this for a long time. And, you know, it's just different now. Obviously, social media, kids now, everybody shows their highlights, not the lowlights.
Yeah.
You know, and so you're just trying to make sure that all the kids understand the work ethic that has to go into being great at anything.
So now I want to move on to your NBA career. We've talked about you when you were 15, and it's a good age. Good things happen then, but I feel like better things have happened to you now. So what do you think is the most memorable play of your career?
Ooh, man, the most memorable play of my career. That's tough. That's really tough.
It is. I ask tough questions.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the most memorable play. I'm trying to think, and I'm usually really good at these things, but it's probably one of the plays when I first came into the league. Might have been my first bucket in Oklahoma against the Sacramento Kings. You know what I mean? So 2005, a little while ago, you know, but yeah, that's probably one of them. Yeah,
that must have been so weird playing in Oklahoma when you're a team based out of New Orleans. Like, I can't imagine how that is, especially when you're thrown into the league in the first place, which is anyway stressful, and then you're totally relocated. Like, I can't imagine that.
It's wild. It's wild. And I think, too, the reason why you do it, and there's always this amazing connection between myself and New Orleans, is because I got drafted right before Katrina hit.
Yeah.
You know, so that was something that's always embraced me with that city.
Yeah, for sure. And talking about most memorable plays, what is the most memorable assist of your career?
The most memorable assist, that one's probably going to have to be to DeAndre Jordan. You know what I'm
Lob
saying?
City. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He caught a dunk. It was crazy. And that's my guy now, Brandon Knight. Is sick. I was on the right wing. And that's, me and DJ used to work on that in practice, is when a team would down the ball screen and he would act like he was coming to set a screen for me. He'd just run to the rim for a lob.
Yeah.
You can find that clip anywhere.
I've seen it. So how do you think your game has evolved since your rookie year?
Man, so it's
that
changed.
Was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Sorry to make you feel old, but it was a while ago.
It's cool though, because this morning I actually worked out with number one player in the country, kid AJ DeBansa. So it was crazy because we was talking about how your game starts to change at times and you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm constantly watching film, watching YouTube, watching all this stuff of me playing over the years. And I'll see a move that I used to do and I'll be like, damn, why I don't do that no more, right? And so your game just sort of changes and evolves, sometimes for the betterment of your game, right? Like sometimes you figure out.
Sometimes not.
Yeah, depending on who you are. Luckily, I've been on the good side of it for the most part. But it's just, it may take you less dribbles to get to a certain spot. Yeah. So I think, obviously, the athleticism has dropped considerably, but what you lose in athleticism, a lot of times you find in awareness.
Yeah, for sure. And throughout your career, I mean, you've won so many awards, but which has really meant the most to you?
Oh, man, which award has meant the most to me? It's been a lot of different ones, but I'll say the one that really touched me and it was pretty emotional was the Kobe and Gigi Award. You know, I received that at the All-Star game a couple years ago, and Vanessa actually gave it to me, and knowing how much Kobe meant to not only me, but to everybody and to the game, is something that I got in my house and that I cherish.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on now, what's your like pregame song / pregame ritual?
I got a gang of pregame rituals.
Oh, okay.
You ain't got enough time right now for all the things I got to do.
Give it to us.
To get ready for the game. Pregame song, man, my playlist is so different. Like, it could be Kirk Franklin at one point, and then it's going to go to Lil Wayne, then Jay-Z, then right back to Yolanda Adams. I listen to a lot of gospel music before the games. But, and then all the stuff that I got to do before games, sheesh. Oh, man. I gotta think, because I got a drink that I drink or whatnot. I gotta hit the lid 3 times, then I take the lid off, and then I act like I'm toasting to DeAndre Jordan. Even though we ain't teammates no more, we started that when I was with the Clippers, so I still like toast to him in the locker room. Then I drink the drink. Then, man.
What is the drink?
The drink? Oh, it's like beet juice and all this different type of stuff.
Okay, I was expecting it to be something more exciting. Okay.
And then I usually I do a shot of espresso before the games. And then I have to call my wife before every game, right? Before I leave the locker room. Like, seriously, if she don't answer, I will go nuts. You know what I mean? Just because the routine of it.
Yeah.
What else I gotta do? I go and find a slant board in the locker room, right? A slant board, and I stand on the slant board 3 times, right? So
3. That's
3.
your number.
Yep.
Let's forget I just said that.
It's been like that for a while.
I was gonna get really deep there and be like, 3. Where does that come from? And then I was like, oh, CP3. That wasn't as
so
deep.
Usually the guys that work in the locker room, they say it with me too. 1, 2, 3, and then when we run out on the court. See, it's a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah,
like the first layup that I do a certain way.
We need to do a whole episode just for your pregame routine.
It's a lot.
We can bring the beet juice, the espresso shot. We can do it together. I mean, I may have something different than beet juice, like blue Gatorade or something. It's like more my style. But okay, so we're going to move on to another segment that I like to call Takes Hotter Than Kelly Oubre Jr. Yeah.
Say what now?
Oh, you heard me. Takes hotter than Kelly Oubre Jr.
What is going on right now?
You know exactly what I'm saying. I know you know what I'm saying. So these are really hot takes, clearly. So get hot with me in these takes. Let's go.
This is funny.
Which NBA player is the best dressed?
Best dressed, me.
That's sweet. Okay, now give someone else some hype. Like talk
Who?
about someone else.
Somebody else that dresses good. Shay.
Okay, of
I
course.
Like Shay.
Mm-hmm. I love his fits too. Who is the best shoe game?
The best shoe game? Okay, I got it. I don't know. I don't pay attention to guys' shoes like that.
You're just too locked in?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who.
Not PJ Tucker?
Tuck got a lot of shoes too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Braun. Yeah.
Okay. Which NBA teammate is the best singer?
Darius Baisley.
Really?
Baze.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
I've never heard that answer before. I like that. Now, I usually ask which NBA player could run for president, and literally every time it's unanimous. It's you.
No.
So instead of asking you that question, I want to know, would you run for president? And
No chance.
how do you think you would?
No chance.
No?
No chance.
Because I was going to like propose an idea that you could be president, I could be vice president. It'd be super cool.
Just be the president.
Okay, fine.
You do that.
I got your vote.
Absolutely.
And your endorsement. I better see. I'm going to have like a whole commercial, right? Like instead of State Farm, just Sloane for president. Okay.
You
Remember
gonna do
that. Yeah, that's the goal. After this, hopefully this works out enough so that I can be the president. Which arena is your favorite to play in environment-wise?
My favorite arena environment, the Garden, MSG, Madison Square Garden. It's nothing like it. Madison Square Garden is so dope because the energy in there is obviously you in the Mecca, but they like appreciate really good basketball.
Yeah.
Right? So when I say that, I mean, if you go play in Utah, I don't care how good you playing, they booing you.
Oh, yeah.
They ain't gonna like you. You know what I mean? But in Madison Square Garden, if you play the game the right way and you show up and you hoop, they always appreciate really good basketball.
And then now we said environment, but I want to know which arena has the best food, in your humble opinion?
In my opinion, I mean, most of the time I'm playing. I'm not eating.
So the reason why I asked that question is because I watched an interview with your now teammate, Steph Curry, and he was saying, he was like ranking the stadium's popcorn, and I was confused because I was like, why are you eating the popcorn?
Yeah,
do you ever eat the food or no?
You can. It's funny. I mean, you got like in San Antonio, you could order Whataburger. You know what I'm saying? And every time I used to play in Atlanta, I get Chick-fil-A. But it's different too now. Like, I mean, when I first came into the league, give me some chicken fingers and French fries before the game.
Yeah.
Give me this, that, and the third. It's a lot different now.
Changed.
It's a lot different now. But yeah, once upon a time, I loved playing like in Atlanta or whatnot. So you get that Chick-fil-A.
I also think another thing is like how much everything has sort of grown. Like Chick-fil-A used to be sort of special to cities like that, and now it's everywhere. You can get that everywhere.
Yeah,
so it's
you
like
can get it everywhere
less
except for on Sundays.
So true.
Can't get it then.
So true. What non-NBA player celebrity is the best at basketball?
You know who can hoop? Who can really hoop? J. Cole.
Yes.
J. Cole.
I mean, he had like a pro stint, basically.
We played against each other in high school.
Wow.
Yeah, we played against each other in high school. And then a couple summers ago, I was home in North Carolina, and we had a whole bunch of North Carolina guys come up and hoop, and J. Cole came up and hooped with us. So
that's so cool.
He legit.
That's so cool. What is the coldest jersey you've ever worn? Not like the team, but just like the sickest jersey.
I'll probably have to say two. So one of them is the Mardi Gras edition when I played in New Orleans. And then it's crazy because I see pictures here and there of when I played in Oklahoma City for New Orleans. I got to be clear because I played in Oklahoma City too for Oklahoma City.
Thank you for the clarification.
But for Valentine's Day, we had red jerseys.
That's so cool.
We had red jerseys. So yeah. That was
what do you think of the t-shirt jerseys? You want that to come back?
You know what? I wasn't mad at them.
Really?
You know what I mean? I wasn't mad at them. You definitely had to get it a little bit bigger or whatnot. But when I played for the Clippers, that's another one. Yeah. Those like baby blue Clippers jerseys that
those
we
are
had.
So cool.
Yeah, them was dope too.
Okay, this is a hot take. If a time traveler told Clippers or Rockets you that you would be on the Warriors, what do you think you would say?
Hell no. Excuse my language. Ain't no way. There is no way. And it's so fun and kind of cool that it ain't like a pink elephant in the room or whatnot, right?
Yeah.
I remember me and Steph worked out together in Vegas or whatnot, and a few of the coaches walked in, they saw me in Warriors gear. They was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? So the fact that we all can talk about it and it's not like it's some secret, like don't say this or don't say that, is really cool, because it's like that with my family, with everybody who's been supporting me for all these years. But
it's almost like full circle, sort of, I think,
to say the least, right? You know, but it shows you like the power of sports. You know what I mean, and what can be. And I'm excited to see what we do.
So am I. Please win a chip, please. Okay, for my mental health, please.
That is the plan.
Okay, so this is a new segment that you're the first person I'm doing it with, so this is quite exciting. You should be really excited. And the idea of it is, you know, so much of the media is focused on negative clickbait and putting players and teams against each other.
Right.
But as a teenage girl bringing this other sort of diverse perspective, I want to be more positive. So this segment is all positivity, okay?
Okay.
You excited? Yeah? Okay. What is one thing that makes each of these players so special? Devin Booker, DeAndre Jordan, and LeBron.
Book, I think it's his... not just his ability to play basketball, but like who he is as a person. Okay. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times you guys get a chance to see the athlete, the basketball player, but I mean, to know these people personally, to know him and how he is with his family, and you know,
and his dogs. Oh my God, his dogs.
His dog Haven, his brother Davon, but especially his sister Maya, who is like my whole heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she is the most beautiful girl you'll ever see in your life, with the kindest and most beautiful heart. And to see him in those moments with her, with his family, is what made, I think, me and Book so tight, not the basketball.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now DeAndre Jordan.
DJ, big fella, man. That's my guy right there. We played together for 6 years. And we still talk on the regular. We had a book party for my book I just released the other day at Iger's, and DJ was there. You know what I mean? When he won a championship, man, I was emotional for him. I talked to him that night, and the next morning, it was just so happy for him. You know what I mean? Because he deserves it. So DJ, just one of the funniest, kindest human beings you'll ever see.
Yeah. Okay, and then lastly, Bron.
And Bron, man, you know, blood couldn't make us closer. You know what I mean? Life happens, things happen here and there, whatnot. But I think to see the positive impact that he's had on my life, my family's life, everybody around me, and the same with him, like we'll be family for the rest of our lives. Yeah.
Okay, you're a very good compliment giver. So now I want to ask, what is the best compliment you've ever received from another NBA player?
I think the thing that I'm probably most proud of is the fact that we're the only sports league that has health insurance, right? And it sounds small, or people will be like, what? Why does that matter? It's because there's a lot of great players who came before us, right? And to be the only professional sports league that has health insurance for past players, whether it be Tiny Archibald, Dr. J, all these guys who paved the way for us. At this point in my career, I'll be playing on the road and I'm warming up, getting ready for a game, and I'm just locked in on the game, and a former player will come up and tap me and they be like, Chris, thanks. And I'll be like, what's going on? They be like, for the health insurance, you know, because back in the day when the league first started, these guys didn't have access to all the health and all the doctors and all that. So I think that would be the number one thing.
For sure. And what about this Warriors team are you most excited for?
A couple things. Probably the one thing is probably playing with guys who are like so cerebral, right? Who, you know, they so smart in the way that they move and the way that they know each other. And so just trying to blend into that. And then also being in the Chase Center and being on the good side of when they go on them runs and making all them threes. You know what I mean? And it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a adjustment for probably not only me, but for all the fans too. Yeah. So I can't wait.
I'm excited to see how that looks. It feels like we're all just anxiously waiting to see what that looks like, you know?
Yeah.
So you've been in the league for a good amount of time. You're heading into your 19th season, which is, you know, more than I've been alive, so that's funny. But which player's development and growth over your career has impressed you the most?
Over my career?
In the span of those 19 years. You know, it could be a guy that was a rookie last year or someone from your first year.
Right. Man, I'd probably say Shea. I'd probably say Shea because I'm a little biased too, because Shea is seriously like my brother. And it was
That's funny because he's my husband. So.
Oh my God. Listen, my boy Shea just got engaged too.
Oh, see, congrats.
So what's wild about Shea is I seen him in Vegas at Summer League when he had got traded to go to OKC from the Clippers.
Yeah.
And I seen him and I dapped him up and I was like, man, it's gonna be a great situation for you. You know, I'm happy for you. Boom, maybe like 5-6 days later, I got traded to OKC too with him.
Yeah.
And so that year in OKC was probably one of the most important years in my career, because I got a chance to sort of reinvent myself. But Shea, Bays, Schroeder, Steven Adams, all them guys on that team sort of helped me like fall back in love with the game. Not that I fell out of love with it, but just seeing Shea and being my teammate and now seeing how his game has just gone to a whole nother level, I'd be so happy for him.
Yeah, he's special for sure. Okay, so as you know, the name of my podcast is Sloane Knows.
Yep.
And Sloane knows your game, but do you? So I'm going to ask you some trivia about yourself, and let's see how you do, Chris, okay?
Let's see.
What was your college GPA?
Oh, man. My college GPA. I was an academic All-American.
I know that.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's say 3.6?
3.2.
Oh, okay. Dang, that was one of them teachers.
Impressive, but not 3.6. How many steals did you average in your senior year of high school?
My senior year of high school, probably like 8.
6.
6?
Mm-hmm. You're very confident in yourself. You keep going up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay, so you were 3rd on the NBA list for most assists. What is that number?
3rd on the list for most assists.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that rhymes. Okay.
How many assists do I have in my career?
Yes, I'm asking you.
Dang. 10,500?
11,501.
Oh.
And this isn't trivia, but now that you're a Warrior, I mean, how much do you think that is going to increase? Because it's basically a cheat code now. I mean, you just pass the ball and, like, let's be real, it's going to go in.
Man, I don't know. I ain't even thought about that aspect of it yet. as soon as you asked me about assists.
You're welcome. I'm just opening up different perspectives, right?
John Stockton popped right into my head because he got the record for 15,000 or something.
So you think you can get that as a Warrior?
Yeah, I got to play about 5 more years to catch him.
You better. I want to see that. Okay, so in 2006, you were 1 vote away from winning unanimous Rookie of the Year.
Oh, I know who did it.
Who is that
Utah.
one player that was voted other than you?
Oh, it was D. Will, but it was the beat writer in Utah.
So you know who that guy is.
Exactly. I know exactly who it was.
He haunts you in your head?
Not at all. He was just, look, D. Will, my man all day long, but the guy in Utah, he voted.
I don't like him. During your senior year of high school, you led your school, West Forsyth, to what record?
My senior year?
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm really getting you.
Yeah,
I'm very impressed with myself.
We obviously lost the game to go to the state championship. So what did we lose? 3 games?
Yes. Okay, 3 games. And how many games did you win?
Oh, back then, 30?
27.
27? I was close.
Come on, Chris.
I was close.
Were you?
I was close.
Okay, sort of. How many regular season games have you played over the course of your career?
Oh, man. 1,100?
No. 1,214.
1,200. 1,214. It's a lot of games.
There we go. Okay, so now we basically finished the podcast part, and I'm gonna do like the outro by myself later, so we just like awkwardly end. Thanks for listening. For more on CP3 and to watch all the fun we had behind the scenes, follow me at Sloane Knows on TikTok and Instagram, or hit the links in the show notes. Remember, that's Sloane with an E.
From Jam Street Media.